Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday night. We're live. I'm Dixie Dave. Next to me is the ultimate egomaniac, Schmucker Crossen. Uh, we can't hear you. Thank God. No headache right now. We can't hear him.
The ultimate, what did you say?
Egomaniac.
Egomaniac. No, I don't have an egomaniac. It's Ricky that's got the ego, not Crusher. What are you
No,
talking
no,
about?
no, 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 no.
The
Back it up
hell
a
are you
minute.
talking about?
What I'm talking about is something I brought up to you almost a year ago when you started talking about the NWF World title going over to Northern Ireland to be defended on Irish turf.
Mm-hmm.
I told you back then, I told you, seeing that belt around somebody else's waist is going to drive you nuts. It's going to drive you insane to see somebody else with that title. And now it's drug your sorry old ass out of semi retirement, because you haven't worked a match in, say, 30 years. Your ego has you to the point of thinking you have a chance against our world heavyweight champion.
Okay, let's back up. I said I would not have a problem with this, but that was when the belt would be with somebody who would respect the championship and me. I'm not the one calling me Schmucker Crossen, 5-time loser of my championship, and I'm the greatest NWF World Champion of all time. Dave, he's asked for it. Ricky has asked for this to happen. This is not my fault. It is his fault. And he's going to find that out in 28 days.
You know, it's like I told you 28 days, 28 days from now, we may not have a podcast to do anymore because Crusher Cross will be crippled in a wheelchair.
Or I may be the 6-time champ. What do you think about that?
I highly doubt that.
I don't doubt it. And
You
Dave,
know,
you shouldn't doubt it either. I've always beat the odds. Everything that's ever been stacked against me ever since I was 14 years old, I've managed to defy all the odds against me. You shouldn't
okay,
even say that. You know better than that.
but Schmucker, I've got family out there. They're the ones that told me that you've been going to this training camp and training for this match, which is what I didn't divulge to the crowd. And they've also told me that you've been seen at doctor's offices that are known for giving out cortisone shots like crazy.
No, no, that's not true. I have been training though. And I have been training with, I don't know where you get this doctor's office thing, but I've been training with the best indie wrestling federation in Salt Lake City, preparing as any smart person would, Dave. You know what I think it is, Dave? I think it's because you wish you could be me. Once again, Dixie Dave wishes he could be Crusher Crossen and trying to go after this championship. But the
I've
fact of
never
the matter
once
is,
wished I could be Crusher Crossen.
Dave, your time is no longer. You would never be able to do this. But I still can. Crusher still can. And that's what it's all about.
Well,
So we're
you
going to
see,
find
that's what
out.
your brain is telling you, but your body tells you other things.
No, my body says, let's go. We're ready to go here.
You know,
So
I know you. You're not going to admit to being banged up, bruised up, stiff and sore.
there's nothing to admit. I'm ready to rock and roll. I've been training for 6 months and I'm ready for this. And I hope Ricky is. You know, he couldn't even stay on the podcast last week. He bailed out because he can't. And I'll tell you right now, if his head is not in the game, if he's going to be all like that, he's in trouble.
You know, what I think it is he's worried now that he's going to end up going to prison for injuring a senior
Oh,
citizen.
Dave, that line is so old right now that it is like got a layer
Crusher,
of dust on it.
Crusher, face it, you are at an age you can order at the Denny's senior menu.
No, I don't. First of all, I don't go to Denny's, and secondly, I don't order off senior menus.
But you're at the age where you can.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Dave. It doesn't matter.
You know, you're so hell-bent on getting this title off of Ricky.
No, I'm not hell-bent on getting the title off of Ricky. I'm hell-bent on teaching Ricky a lesson. That's what I'm hell-bent on, if you want to be hell-bent. So
all you've been talking about since you've been training is becoming a 6-time NWF World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, yeah, because that could happen. And if I do that, just so you know, Dave, if Crusher accomplishes that feat and I become 6-time champ, I will retire, because this is a retirement match. See, you're once again, Dixie Dave is missing the point. The ego of Dixie Dave is taking over his thought process, because what this is Nathan is giving me a proper retirement match. It's because I never had one. So I get the ability to go in there and properly retire against Ricky. And Ricky's got to defend that belt. Now, Ricky's been defending that belt against newcomers for the most part. Up-and-comers. Guys that are just getting started. And he brags and boasts how he beats all these guys when they've just getting started in the business. But if you look at his championship matches he's had against people that have had experience, he hasn't won one yet. So
he escapes with the title.
Barely. And now he's going to be in the ring with somebody who has won that championship 5 times. And if there's anybody who knows how to win the title, it's me.
And you've also lost it 5 times.
Scares Ricky. That scares the daylights out of him, because he knows I know what it takes to win that belt. And this is the concern. It's not the fact that I'm old. It's not the fact that I haven't been in the ring. It's the fact that I know what it takes to win that title. And that concerns Ricky and you.
Okay. But you see, Ricky also knows what it takes to continue a championship reign.
He doesn't know much. He's only had one title before ever, and he lost it.
Okay. But now,
so
how long has that experience? Since your last trip to Ireland? It's been what, 6-8 months?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Okay. Well, as the former governor of Minnesota used to say, win if you can, lose if you must. Always cheat and never get caught.
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean?
You know, maintain your reign by any means.
Yeah, but Ricky isn't one to cheat. He doesn't like cheating. He plays dirty, but he doesn't cheat.
Well, you know, I mean, slightly bending rules, you know, it's not really cheating.
You got to understand that Ricky respects Crusher, and I know that. And I know that part of him might be struggling with this whole thing because of that. All I know is he better just get his head screwed on straight when it's time for the bell to ring, because if he doesn't have his head in the game, it's going to be over before it even starts.
You know, I mean, maybe he respects you enough that he doesn't want to old yeller your ass.
And Dave, what are you going to do? What are you going to say if I do beat Ricky Henry and become 6-time champ? Then what are you going to say? Have you ever thought about that?
I'd say, okay, it's time for another tournament.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, you know, you say that this is your retirement match, that you want to pull a Vern Gagne and retire as world champion. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, new tournament for a new champion, you know?
Well,
because you'll have to, once you retire.
All I know is the Gizmo and the crew isn't here. They might be busy with the tournament or something, because they'd be chiming in right now, straightening you out. I'm sure of that, because I'm
not worried about them.
They all are so excited to see Crusher come back and do this match, as well as me, as well as the fans of Belfast. Because you know something, Dave, the fans of Belfast and Northern Ireland, they're not too happy with Ricky these days. He's not very popular over there. he gets booed every single time he comes out to that ring. And so,
Well, there's some of us
and
who
Dave, I'm
those
talking.
boos
I'm
are
talking.
cheers.
I'm talking. And because of that, Ricky doesn't understand the value of fan support. I do. And if I can get those fans to support me out there, which I will, and Ricky has to fight two fronts that way, then he's going to learn how important the fans are. Maybe he'll learn something from that, because right now he's turned his back on the fans. He thinks he knows everything. Just like any other 18-year-old in this business, they think they know everything. We'll see about that. But Dave, this is NWF Rewind, not NWF Forward. And if you're so vested and interested in Forward, you should be hosting Forward then. As it is, I'm the host of Forward. So I'm the one that calls the shots over there.
Our champion is right now worried about going to prison. That's
all
why
I
he
know
walked off.
is Dave is just jealous a little bit.
Not jealous at all.
I would say. Yes, I would say.
When I had my last match down in Florida, I was happy with the way I went out.
And Dave wishes he could be doing this eventually, but he can't. So then he has to take crack shots at Crusher, which I wish Gizmo and those guys were here, because they would straighten you out so quick.
You know, I have no wishes of jumping back in the ring, having one more last hurrah. I'm satisfied with my career.
Then you need to learn to shut up and not ruin other people's parades.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
You know, our show a month from now, you could be broadcasting from a wheelchair.
Well, if you were concerned about that, then you wouldn't be saying it that way. You're not concerned about Crusher's health at all. So don't even bring that up. That's Ricky's line.
You know,
once again,
being honest,
you're copying Ricky. So there we go.
You know, I'm just going to tell our Instagram viewers
real quick. We got to remind them of that.
You know, half hour from now, you're done. Come on over to YouTube. Join us here.
Right. And if you comment over there, we don't even see it.
Yeah. Come on over here. Comment live here on YouTube. We can see your comments. We'll respond to your comments.
You definitely see the comments over here. But you know, Dave, the support that's been coming in like crazy, though, for Crusher. You've seen the shorts I've been putting out. Officer Smalls, everybody. They're just all chiming in saying, get them.
Officer Smalls, Racer X. I've seen them.
Yep. And they're all supporting Crusher, unlike you. So, just saying.
You know, I'm just worried about an old man's health, you know.
Okay, Ricky. All right, Ricky.
You know, I mean, I understand what it's like to be the age bracket that we're in. I mean, you're a few years older than I am.
I understand what it's like to be at the age bracket we're at more than you, because I am a few years older. However, as you know, I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and you will find that out in 28 days, Dave, when you watch me in that ring with Ricky and you see me performing just like I did back in the day. Yes, you will.
We'll see.
And then let's see what you say. Then let's see what comes out of your mouth. Yeah.
Well, as soon as I see that 1, 2, 3, and you have enough respect for Ricky to raise his hand, we'll be good.
But Dave, let's talk a little bit about what we're going to watch today, because you know everybody does tune in, even if they watch it in replay. They want to know about our show. So what do we got coming up today?
Okay, today is one of our garage episodes.
Yes, the infamous
our indoor Yoho Municipal Arena.
Yeah.
And this is the very first show that was done right after Channel 5 News did a news story on the NWF.
Yeah, and that news story was huge because the publicity. You know, you don't think much nowadays, Dave, if you get in the local news now, because it's like, I don't know how many people watch the local news anymore like they used to. But in this time period, everybody tuned into the local news. It was, you know, watched a lot. It was kind of like the cable was just kind of starting, and the cable news stuff wasn't big yet. So,
Right.
yeah, so you got your news by watching the news. And we were not only on the 10 o'clock, we were on the 6 o'clock. We're on both.
Right.
And we were the feature story in the sports. And I'll tell you something, the buzz around school after this, I remember it very, very, very well. And so we had an influx of new kids wanting to join the show on this show. Everybody wanted to be on the show now. Like, it was really popular with the kids, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. So that was kind of cool that way. But it is a garage show, so it's not like, you know, wrestling's going to be very rough.
Right.
We're still learning, not trained yet or anything officially.
No lessons from Ed Sharkey yet.
No, nothing yet. But we do have to show what's going to come up on our network, I believe, here in what is it today, the 20th, in 10 days? What's going to come on the 1st?
Well, 11 or 12 days. Comes out on the 1st, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the 1st of January. This will hit the video networks, both YouTube network and the Vimeo. So let's...
First show of the new year.
Yep. So fully restored. So let's show this trailer for this, and then we'll be right back with you. Here we go.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, I understand we have a big card coming up on October 27th of this year.
October 27th is a big night, Jason.
Right now, Kelsey's trying to take away some of those.
Hey, big drop kick right in the teeth.
Boy. Back of the leg of Crossen. Crossen into the turnbuckle. He almost hit the pipe there.
I think he did hit the pipe.
Out.
This
Nick
guy's
Willer
got
out
a
of the
million
ring.
foreign objects on him. Oh, man. Oh,
Pitts
no.
is really dazzled.
Give me a break. You got to be kidding.
Pitts has called the match. For some strange reason, he's giving the victory to Kid Kelsey.
What happened, Gary?
And Kelsey, whether you want to or want to not, you got to sign that on a dotted line. I get a rematch. And I'm excited because, Kelsey, you never pinned me, and I didn't submit, yet you're the world champion.
So I'm just here to basically keep an eye on people's backs. People like Crusher Crossen. He and I have tagged up on a couple of occasions in some TV matches.
Have you heard anything about Grizzly Stevens, possibly Dr. Dread, Crusher Crossen, anything you're looking at right now?
I heard that there were a bunch of wimps up here, but is that the ones you were talking about?
Well, I can't...
Don't need that chainsaw to wrestle. That was just something that I bring on in to, just bring with me for little safekeeping. Use it if we got some trees to be trimmed or some people. I don't need it all the time, though.
Taylor.
Well, Jason, hey, you know just as well as I do, Pretty Boy Taylor, he's nothing new to me. I've been in the ring with him on countless occasions. So, yeah, but, not only that, but there's Steenerson and there's Macho. What about them? Steenerson's been known to stick his nose in my business.
Okay, the guy in the ring now is Tom Tyler. Jerry Tyler's in the corner there. He's going to do a power slam here. Whoa!
Oh, boy. Jerry Tyler with a big body slam of Mr. Macho. Quick Stennerson from Sweden.
But look at here. Jerry's got him. Knocked him right on his back.
Good.
Just quiet. I'm doing talking now. I come out here for some interview time, and all I see is just this old little boy here running his little mouth and just flapping against the wind.
Well, what exactly is going on? Hey, what is going on here? Somebody get some security in here. Let's go. Come on. What's going on here?
Well, obviously, we
back jumping, my friend. Dion Dallas jumps in here, decides he's going to make himself a big name in the organization by back jumping the champ. I call him the champ because, as far as I'm concerned, he's still the world champ.
There we go. Studio taping 103. It was the bridging of the old NWF to the new NWF, kind of, sort of.
Exactly.
Yeah. A lot of NCWA guys returning there and mingling in with us. It's very interesting.
Well, once the NWF folded and the NCWA went on, we all know that they were a flop.
Well, I mean, Ernie and those guys were good with the NWF.
Right.
But yeah, when they went into with Jim Mitchell's the one who kind of turned it into NCWA again. And even though Steve and Larry's NCWA flopped, so did Jim Mitchell's eventually as well. You know, Mitchell was, I mean, it's kind of like a carny compared to Ed Sharkey. Like Ed Sharkey was a true indie promoter where Jim Mitchell was more of a carny guy.
Right.
They just were apples and oranges, different philosophy of promoting. And Mitchell figured just because he had a little in with the AWA as a referee and the Iron Duke gimmick, he thought he knew everything.
Right.
And he really didn't know a whole lot. Bottom line. Look, if Mitchell was as good as he was, Vern wouldn't have said, get lost.
Exactly.
Because Vern told him to get lost at one point. Obviously, you know, that's why Mitchell was trying to do his own thing. Because he had no job with the wrestling business. Because he didn't work out.
And I mean, even indie promoters didn't want to touch the Iron Duke.
No. And Ed knew he was, you know. I remember Ed Sharkey's views on him were like, you know, he's bad news, stay away from him. Eddie never had nothing positive to say about Jim Mitchell in all the conversations I ever had with him. So, and Eddie knew him from when he was in the AWA, because Eddie was in the AWA at the same time, reffing still.
Right.
So they obviously crossed paths.
I mean, come on. Here you got Ed Sharkey, who WWE comes to town, they'd call him in.
Yeah, to referee for the shows.
You know, AWA would come in, they'd call him. You know, NWA, WCW would come to town, they'd call him.
Yep.
None of them were calling Jim Mitchell.
Well, and look at all the guys Eddie trained.
Yeah.
Now, who did Jim Mitchell train? Nobody. I can't think of a single person, Dave. And if he did, they didn't go anywhere.
And you look at it, you know, I can think of 3 former WWF Tag Team Champions that he trained right off the top of my head.
Ed Sharkey?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, WWF champion Bob Backlund.
Yep.
The Road Warriors, Jesse the Body Ventura, just to name a few. Rick Rude.
Yep. Barry Dorso.
Yep.
You know, all those guys that used to bounce down at Grandma B's worked with Ed Sharkey.
Yep.
You know, they knew Ed Sharkey was real deal legit, so.
I think Nikita Koloff as well.
Briefly.
And then there was somebody else I'm forgetting.
Well, I mean, Sean Waltman spent time with
Sean
them.
Waltman, Jerry Lynn.
You know, Charlie Norris spent some time in WCW.
Yeah. So, I mean, Eddie's nickname was the Trainer of Champions for a reason.
Right.
And he did train a lot. And Jim Mitchell, though, man, I can't think of a single wrestler that's credited to him for training.
Exactly.
So that's the difference right there. So obviously I listened to Eddie Sharkey, and when Eddie told me to stay away from Jim Mitchell, that's exactly what I did.
You know, back in the 80s, here in the state of Minnesota, Ed Sharkey's word was gospel when it came to the world of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, the only one that ranked higher in Minnesota than Ed Sharkey as far as a voice for Minnesota wrestling was Vern Gagne.
Yeah, well, Vern was, you know,
on the downslide at that point.
He was a celebrity, though, status here in the state. I think they name it Vern Gagne Day for something or another, I think.
I don't remember.
I believe they did. Yeah, like Vern was, when it came to Minnesota, Vern was just, he was the poster child.
Yep.
So, you know, I was never alive for all of Vern's heyday stuff he did back in the 60s and 50s. And that's where Vern really became a household name on the Dumont Network and everything. When wrestling started getting really popular in the 50s.
Yep.
But yeah. Well, that's enough of that talk. We have a show to start up, and I suppose we should start watching some of it, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I got about an hour and a half I can spend with you guys.
Yeah, so let's get our show going, and we'll get that added in here. And yeah, I think Gizmo and our regular crew and stuff that's usually in here to comment and chat with us, I think they must be in a tournament or something.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah, probably Sky
I mean,
Sports.
our chat feed is kind of quiet, so if you have any questions or comments to the people watching right now,
oh yeah,
by all means, speak up.
We take in all comments here.
We don't make you do super chats here to comment.
You know, this is the early stuff, so you know you're not going to see textbook pro wrestling here,
Right.
but you're going to see a lot of passion.
You're going to see a lot of passion. You're going to see a lot of heart.
Yeah, heart and passion for sure, and just stick to itness to.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to
I mean, this is show 43, so we had done 43 shows so far. Yeah.
Was this still during the shoot period?
Through the what period? Oh, shoot wrestling matches? Yeah, they were shoot. This is right in the middle of the shoots. Yeah. So title matches were shoots. I think we have one. Ace against Jumpin' Johnson. That's a shoot.
Roughouse Roberts. And we'll see the debut of Todd the Bod. Crusher Crossen will be on hand, along with Ace, new former Jumpin' Johnson, Kid Kelsey, Junglin Josh, Jungling. There's so many here. Killer Cadwell. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the first match, I'm going to let you know Merciless Mike has been suspended indefinitely from the NWF. He is no longer in connection with the NWF. He will never be on it again. But first...
Yeah, me and Mike had a falling out. Mike was gone.
Yep.
NWF Wrestling will bring you a battle royal at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that.
Into the ring.
All right, here we go. All fully restored footage, so at least it's cleaned up.
Right.
This was like a kind of like a, the setup we were going for here in the garage is like a studio setup, like you'd see on the AWA when they do their studio shows, right?
Right.
So that's why we got the blue tarps in the background.
Or like Saturday night's main event shows, or
yeah,
with
oh, you're talking about
NWA.
WCW's on TBS.
NWA.
Yeah, Saturday night. What was that called? World Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a similar setup too, and that's kind of what we're going for, kind of that studio kind of look. The ring keeps evolving, and although I'm looking at the ring, we don't have working turnbuckles yet. We still just have the eye bolts through the steel posts. Eventually, we'll get working turnbuckles on those ropes.
Right.
I think that'll happen in the next show. So the ring is constantly improving and more every time we do shows. It gets bigger, and it gets, right now it's still pretty small. We're looking at, gosh, maybe
8 by 8.
I was gonna say 10 by 10 maybe here, but as kids, it's bigger than you'd think.
Right.
But when we left the garage, we made this thing 15 feet by 15 feet, so you can see how big it got. We kept making it bigger and bigger and bigger as we did shows, and that was thanks to Steve Engstrom. We had to give him credit there. Steve was the one that had ideas to make that ring bigger. Maybe for other reasons, Dave.
Yeah.
Because Steve did bring Luscious Larry on a garage show. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
We don't have the tape anymore. It's one of those tapes that got lost. But he had a match. There's Steve right there, speaking of Steve. But he had a match against, I think, Mr. X. Mr. X and against Luscious Larry on here in the garage. And I remember Larry was so tall that his head dang near hit the ceiling.
Couldn't do any gorilla presses in that ring.
No, but it was perfect for us kids. Like we had plenty of height for it.
Well, I mean, this ring was good. Fred Moore was, it was big enough for us.
Yeah, Fred Moore was fine. It was a boxing ring. It had the 3-rope. It was a 3-rope boxing ring, but it was 4 steel posts embedded right in the concrete, and the mat was on the concrete. and it was just wrestling mat pads on concrete, so it was pretty darn rough in Fredmore.
Right.
It was great for boxing. It was just rough for pro wrestling. But we didn't give a shit. We didn't care. We were kids and we loved it. It felt like a wrestling ring to us.
Yep.
Because none of us knew the beauty of a proper ring yet until we actually got one.
Right.
And then we realized, man, this is nice. When we got a functioning ring.
First of all, I was down in Dallas, Texas, and miserable Mike pulled a quick one on me. He took a suitcase or whatever, something, I don't even know what it was, and nailed me over.
Yeah, these interviews are rough.
I've been in bed for a week, and I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. I've been trying to get a hold of my.
Notice we have the bell right on the ring post.
Yep.
I don't know, but I'll tell you one
Just a
thing,
convenient way to put the bell, and then you could just ring it real easily with the table right there.
on my orders, just about. So he is out. He's not co-producer. No money.
Steve would eventually take that bell and mount it on a proper stand and everything and paint it red, white, and blue and make it look really nice.
Well, don't you have a replica of that bell?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I do. I have a replica of it. It looks pretty cool. I made it just like Steve did it.
Yep.
I get a shot with Ace today, non-title, and if I win, I will get a title shot next week, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts, and I'm going to be in that ring, and I'll guarantee you.
Once again, the belt's on somebody else, and it's driving Crusher crazy.
Well, it was just Ace and I always could work good matches, but my plan was never to win the belt from Ace here. Just getting a title shot is all that was.
In comes Kid Kelsey, who is his.
All right, our first match. Rough Ryan against Rock and Roll Reinholtz. I don't know. I wish I would have never done that stupid counter. My idea was we'd have the counter going to show how long the match is going.
Right.
Which is a feature of the camera. It had a counter that you could do.
And you can see him asking for a strength competition. Oh, he needs him in the stomach. Oh, taking him down, Rockin' Reynolds.
Well, somebody forgot to kill the music.
Yeah. You gotta get
I
rid
see
of
we
that
got our
music.
first comment.
But Ryan is coming back.
I can't read them, Dave, so you'll need to bring it in.
Okay.
There he is. Oh, it's a smack to the rib.
Tony Begley's back. What is he saying?
Reynolds picks him up.
He says that he's been gone for a while, but I'm back now.
Oh, what a shack.
How does it feel making a comeback in wrestling? Going all the way to Ireland just to lose to Ricky. Thank you, Tony.
Well, Tony, excuse me, but the question's for Crusher, Dave. Excuse me. Tony, let me just say this. You're the only one. There's 2 people on our channel that seem to support Ricky. Well, 3, if you want to include Dave. But there's 2 people. Tony Begley and one of the Sports Talk guys. I think it's Sports Talk, one of the sports Sky Sports crew. And you guys are cheerleaders for Ricky. But here's the thing. Everybody else, no, not so much, and including the Belfast fans, and the NIPW fans. They're not too happy with. They are not too happy with Ricky these days. And I'll tell you this much, Tony. If I get that Belfast crowd behind me, and Ricky, you seen what he did? He walked right off the show because he doesn't know what to say. His mind is all over the place. If he doesn't get focused and into this match, and I have that crowd behind me, Ricky Henry, your boy, is in trouble. I will say that.
To go against Madness Michael. What a matchup this ought to be.
You know, all I'm going to say, Ricky, enjoy old Yellering Crusher Crossen's ass.
And Dave, I just can't wait to see the look on your face when that doesn't happen, because then it's like sorrel noodle. Yep. By the way, that trophy, that big ass trophy, that was our 6-man tag trophy. We didn't have belts for the 6-man. I thought that was kind of funny. Notice the belts too, Dave. They're just crap. I mean, Steve just now started making us good belts. I think Ace debuts the really good belt, the blue belt, on this show. Like, it just Steve just introduced us to proper championship looking belts.
Okay, we've got another comment.
That was all Steve. If you win by some miracle, are you going to start wrestling full time again? Now, Tony, this is a retirement match for me. I'm retiring. This is one match, and I'm going to try to retire as a world champion. Only been done once by Vern Gagne. He did it. I mean, there's been people that have retired with championships, but to retire with a world championship in a championship match, only one person's ever done it. So I'm going to try to do that, and then hopefully retire with the belt. But look, I'm going to be, Crusher Crossen's not an idiot. I know Ricky's very talented, and I know he's good, and he's been in the ring with people like that have been just as big, if not bigger than me, but an experience as well. But what, like, I'm going to be honest with you, Tony, what scares Ricky the most, and I know Ricky, I know him very well. I spend a lot of time with him every other week. What scares Ricky the most isn't the fact that I've got experience, and it isn't the fact that I'm older and wiser. What scares him the most is the fact that I've won that title 5 times, and I know how to win that title 5 times. And that bothers the hell out of Ricky. So, and there might be a little respect thing going on. I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully we'll find out next week, Tony, when Ricky joins us again.
And in response to you
get a
saying
response
that,
from him.
In response to you stating that this will be your final match, you claim one way or another. Tony says, "Thank God."
This is Crusher Crossen here. Now, let me tell you something.
Tony just wants Crusher in the ring again. That's what he's trying to say. This is just Tony's way of trying to say, oh, if you're going to fight Ricky, maybe fight me too. Because he wants to try to see, he thinks he can beat Crusher too, I think. But Tony, you're a referee last time I checked. So you're still training. So I don't even know if you'd even stand a chance in any of this conversation.
Here comes Kelsey coming over here.
Yeah, this early days stuff. Look at the ref shirt on the ref too, Dave. It's kind of funny. It's like a dress.
Yep.
See, these ref shirts were for my brother-in-law's ref shirts. He'd ref softball, so they're for adults, and we're kids, so they look like a freaking dress on us, unless you tuck it in.
Okay, we have another comment coming in.
Tony Begley.
Yep, he says, haven't decided yet, but may possibly maybe going to the show. You might have to back up all your talk when I see you in.
I hope you do, Tony. I'd love to meet you for one, and for two, yeah, you should go. It'd be a great time. It's gonna be a big show, and yeah, you should go to it. I think you'd like it. But yeah, you're right. But no, I was
you can watch Crusher get pinned 1, 2, 3.
But I was gonna say though, you know, Ricky's very talented, and I'll have my hands full with him. And I know that. However, that being said, Ricky doesn't know. He's not as familiar with old school. He can watch all the tapes he wants on it. But until you're in the ring with somebody who knows a little old school technique, it's a little different element. Tony, you're training as well. You know the new modern stuff. Old school is a little different element. And just so you know, Tony, you probably missed the beginning, but I've been training too. I've been in the ring for 2 months so far now. I've been working with Devotion Championship Wrestling right here in Salt Lake City. Now I can finally let that out. But and I know your new techniques and your modern stuff because that's what they teach us. But old school is a whole, and Dave, you know this. You know what I'm saying. Old school is a whole different element.
But you see, here's the thing, Crusher. There's a lot of footage that Ricky can go back and watch of you.
If he takes the time. The trouble with Ricky and his ADHD is he's got tunnel vision all the time, and he doesn't focus. And that's always been his biggest problem. That's his Achilles heel, if you will, Dave. He doesn't focus. That's how he's lost all his matches that he has lost.
Well, you know, maybe knowing that he's in the ring with you, he's going to...
You're doing a lot of coaching here, Dave.
Well, you know...
He might get me in the ring.
You're supposed to be impartial. Hey, by the way, there's Ace.
Yep, and he's got the blue belt.
Yeah, he has the new blue belt. It just got me. Now, this is the first rendition of it.
Right.
Now, it went through a lot of different changes, but this is the first version of it. Faceplate's a little different, but it is pretty cool looking belt. It's it was cool. It was the first real decent looking belt we had, Dave.
Right.
Like
and I see that we had another comment.
Even Ed Sharkey at the time was impressed with this belt, just so you guys know. The blue one that Ace Scott has on. Tony Begley says, it would be nice to watch you losing to Ricky, the king, but man, it would sound so much better
In real life.
in real life
hearing
hearing the 1, 2, 3 when Ricky
3.
retains. Yeah, well, you tell you what. If Ricky does get a 1, 2, 3, he's going to earn it because I'm not going to make that any easy task. And I'll tell you this much. I am laser, Tony, look at this. I am laser focused on Ricky Henry. Laser focused. The question is he? He just walked off the podcast last week. He's not focused. His head's going in every which way.
You never know. Maybe he walked off the podcast so he could hop on one of his other computers to start watching videotape on how people like Mr. X beat you. On how all these
Mr.
other
X,
people.
You want to talk about Mr. X beating Crusher? You know how that happened, Dave? I pinned him. My shoulder was up. The camera caught it. So what is Ace going to learn? Or what is Ricky going to learn from that?
You know, you're already calling Ricky the Ace. So.
No, that was Ricky. Ricky said, if I win the NWF Championship, I'm going to be the new Ace. He told that to Ace. How disrespectful that was to Ace Andrew Carlson. When Ace was on, they all came on to spend time with Ricky. Kelsey, Ace came on to spend time with Ricky back when he was going for it with Ben.
Yep.
Remember that show, Dave? That was a good show.
Oh, yeah.
So, Tony, I hope you do show up, though, Tony. I really do. On a serious note, I would love to be able to meet you out there. And by the way, we got to get Tony on a forward show going forward. I think next year when we get past all this. I think he needs to be a guest. Because he's training. He's right up our alley for forward. It's Roberts. Yeah, this is a shoot. That was a real submission. Boston Crab, guys. Come on. And Matt Nash says, I think I got a little hurt on that one. Yeah. He was fine, though.
Yep.
You'll see everybody come in the ring and check on him.
As a medical guy comes in.
The medical guy. That medical guy is Steve Engstrom.
Steve Engstrom coming in, just slapping around a little bit and say, come on, get out of the ring.
Yeah. It'll be fun to watch Ace, because when we get to Ace's match coming up here, he goes against Jumpin' Johnson. Oh, shit. Not this.
I agree. I mean, bad enough I got to hear your voice now, but also listening to it back then. I'm going to have a migraine before I go to work tonight.
I cannot stand watching these promos. Look at my shirt. What am I doing? This is like Ricky watching his 14-year-old stuff for me.
Because when I step in the ring with this man, the Todd the Bot, because I was looking back, I used to shake and point my finger every which way but loose. When I entered the ring, that's exactly how I'm going to go. I'm going to be pointing everywhere. The crowd's going to be going wild, and I'm going to be going wild because I'm going to come into that ring and I'm going to clean house, man. I am going to get the 3 count.
I was not a fan of these promos.
If Merciless Mike's out of the picture, you might as well can him in a jar and store him on the fruit shelf. You won't be seeing him anymore. But you will be seeing me.
Yeah, me and my relationships with these guys, how I just get rid of them like that. Not good.
Yep, your ego gets in the way of good people being on the show.
I don't know if it was much of an ego. Jesus, good Lord.
Crusher Crossen comes now, entering the ring area.
No, I shouldn't have even wrestled on this show because my back was hurt. And so I'm very limited in this match. I remember that. I couldn't do everything I normally would do. There's Roughhouse Roberts. They're a tag team. This is the Ring Warriors when they're a tag team. And this is Todd the Bod's first show.
It didn't look like it was very.
The guy I'm going to be fighting in this match.
As you see the two, Chuck Roberts and
Tony Begley topped in, chiming in here about, you know, it'd be. I'm serious, though, Dave. I hope he does go to the show.
Yeah.
At least Ricky'd have one fan there.
Well, I thought you were thinking about it as in,
Changed his name.
more tickets sold, more pay for you.
Well, yeah, it's another ticket sold if he does make it. And,
as you can see.
it's going to be in the downtown Belfast area, and the venue is it's a pretty good sized venue, so there'd be, and the ticket prices are pretty reasonable for the show too.
Yeah.
And Sean Crossen, very, very experienced.
I am so looking forward on a lifting up the curtain, Dave. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. All the guys at NAPW, and they were so welcoming with me last time. And I just imagine it'll be more of the same again, and I can't wait for that.
Well, unless some of those guys view it that you're taking a shot away from somebody.
They don't
over there.
Because I stay in touch with all these guys. They don't look at it like that at all.
Well, it looks like we are having the arrival of Crusher
Oh, I guess we let Eye of the Tiger bleed through, but maybe because it's not recognizable. A little bit of Hulk Hogan influence.
Folks, he looks mad. I guess he did not chicken out after all. We have some.
Yeah, I was very limited here. I couldn't. My back was hurt, so there's kind of things I couldn't do in this match that I normally would do. I shouldn't have even had a match. That's why I wasn't prepared to wrestle. That's why I have that shirt on. I wasn't ready, but I did it last minute thing. I agreed to do this match, and these matches were always rough in the garage. We liked it that way, though, to be rough around the edges. Remember, the whole idea is that we don't want people to think it's fake as much as possible. So, you would hit hard. You would get rough. It was part of the way it was. A little bit of shoot in there, actually.
You saw the arrival of Crusher Crossen.
Even in matches that weren't title matches, Dave, a little shoot would come out,
Yep. Well, it's like we used to always say. I'd walk out of matches black and blue, people thinking, he'll never come back.
Yes, and that's not a joke, Dave. I can remember that.
What is this?
I used to make reference to Dave. I said, Dave, you remind me of a bruised apple. Remember that when I tell you that?
Yep. And I'd be like, hey, just part of the gig.
Yeah, Dave would have bruises all over his arms and stuff. Now, here's the thing with me and Kelsey.
That should have been a DQ right there.
Well, Kelsey does like to stick his nose in when he shouldn't. Here's the thing with Kelsey, though. Me and him are a tag team. Me and Kelsey.
Yep.
Not everybody liked Kelsey. The other guys. And you'll see later on when me and Kelsey do a tag match against these Roughhouse Roberts and his partner here, Todd the Bod. They get really rough with Kelsey in the ring. Really rough. They wouldn't do it with me, but they do it with Kelsey. And this again because Kelsey the guys would get on him. I don't know if it's because Kelsey was so arrogant with his character and it just rubbed everybody wrong. I don't know why that was.
It could have been because of how close you and him were.
Could have been that too, yeah. Some of that. Yeah, we're just... I watch this stuff now, having trained in Devotion Championship Wrestling, like I said, and just the last few months, and knowing how everything... I'll tell you this much, Dave, having trained with the modern wrestling, even from our old school days, it has evolved so much.
Right.
It's all about safety and doing it the right way. Where back in the day, when you trained old school, safety wasn't even thought of.
No.
I'll give you an example. When we did hip tosses back in the day, you hip tossed people. You actually hooked them and hip tossed them. You did a hip toss. It's not like that now. Now you just, you post, they post for you, you hook in, and you're the one that's doing the hip toss. You're flipping over for it, doing most of the work.
Right.
Back in the day when we do a power slam, throw you against ropes, Road Warrior power slam, I would hook you, scoop you, and slam you. Now, sometimes that's still done, but most of the time, it's the other wrestler doing a front flip bump, and you're just hooking in and going for the ride.
Yep.
It's just amazing at how it's evolved now to the point where it's, you know, so much different. One of the things I was criticized, well, I wasn't really criticized, but they were saying that they noticed I had a Ricky Steamboat arm drag, and they don't do arm drags like that anymore. I still do them that way. And I'm probably going to keep doing them that way because it gives me a very unique look, you know?
Right.
You know, if you don't know what a Ricky Steamboat arm drag is, it's when you do the arm drag, you kind of follow through with it and you go forward. You know, you
Go
hook
back and watch WrestleMania 3, Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Good reference point.
Yeah. But I mean, Ricky Steamboat's arm drags were known for the way, that's just how he was. And a lot of the old school guys did it that way. And I still do it that way.
Or go back and watch Ric Flair versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Chi-Town Rumble.
Kelsey, we saw it. That must have hurt Todd the Bod.
You know, that was the thing about Steamboat and Flair. They could work, and I don't know how they communicated everything, but they were so familiar with each other, you never saw any communication.
Well, you hardly seen communication at all in old school days. We were so well disguised with it. I mean, that was the way it was. You were trained that way to make sure all your communication was hidden.
Right. But I mean, you don't even see points where, you know, people like you and I who know how the communication goes, you don't even see that with them.
It's all hell breaking loose, Dave.
When doesn't all hell break loose in the NWF?
Yes, well, I mean, it's a little more under control in these garage days than it was in Group W, but I'm mad.
You're just looking for somebody to hit.
Yeah, he disqualified me.
I want to hear some words of Crusher Crossen.
Okay. I'll tell you. You want me to have a word? I'll have you a word.
You got the whole mic stand and everything.
I have a pin. This referee doesn't know what he's doing. What are you, a zebra? Go to the zoo.
Obviously, I came to the aid of the ref.
You know, Kelsey and I were heels that were cheered. I mean, honestly. We cheated a lot, but we still got cheered for it.
Yeah.
What I mean by that.
Kind of like Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, very similar to that.
Darn match. Let's go up for the introduction and all that kind of stuff.
Jumpin' Johnson, he gets a shot at Ace today. Championship.
Comer to the NWF.
He's a good talker.
I guess you have a match today with
Wish he would have stuck around with us.
champion himself.
Yeah.
Only did 2 shows, one of those one and dones.
No, that's right. I'm a newcomer. And my first shot is against the champion, Ace. I'm going to forget all about Ace because I want to make a challenge. I want Butcher. Next week, I'm going to take him. He's a newcomer too, and I think I can prove myself by taking him. So I'll see you next week.
I think we do that match as well in the next show.
Go against.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be Jumpin' Johnson and Ace. Now, this is a shoot title match. It's very interesting because, you know, Andrew's, like, he's outmatched here. Johnson's probably stronger than him. But watch how Ace will, I don't want to give it away, but just watch what Ace does in this match. Ace was, remember, Ace, he just wants to keep the belt.
Right.
So he's got 2 choices. He can do the 10-minute time limit and survive, or he find a way to beat him. And for Ace, he knew it was going to be much more difficult to pin a person, so he tried to go for submissions. And that's what you'll see.
Right.
Very, very interesting that way. But yeah, like Ace said when he was on with this, all I got to do is survive the 10-minute time limit and I win. It was Ace's exact words.
Yep. Or, you know, he could get himself disqualified, or...
Ace doesn't want to let go of the rope.
Like, you notice how Ace is holding on to the ropes. A lot of aggressive wrestling because, you know, when it's a shoot, you're really... And then when he's kicking him, he's kicking him. And,
well, and that's the thing with some of these newcomers. You played rough with them.
Yeah, especially when they're new. There's a I always say their shoot/works. You know, some of this is working. And now look at Ace. He's got this move I don't ever see, a reverse full Nelson. Hurts like a bitch.
It's a prelude to a butterfly suplex.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. You're going to give up pretty quick in that move. Especially if he cranks on it like Ace was. No, the current champion. That was the thing Steve was trying to pull without talking to me about it, and I didn't acknowledge it. Steve was trying to say Pretty Boy Taylor beat Ace in Chicago, and I'd never acknowledged that. That was a fake storyline that never got okayed with me.
Anyways, is what's your name, Eric?
Kid Kelsey to go against.
So yeah,
Junglin,
quick
Josh,
shoot match.
Jungleman,
Yeah.
Josh Junglin I got here. This match ought to be
But that
one of
reverse
the
full
matches
Nelson was
Kelsey
pretty
went after the
effective
tag
for
team
him.
champions.
Ace did that a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Champions of the NWF.
Dave, I'm going to leave you with this for a second because I'm going to get another soda. So stand by.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Mike Madness for Rock and Roll Reinholtz.
You know, so here we got
Bad Boy Balaban and
a couple of our smaller wrestlers.
Who will make it? Who do you think will make it? Nobody. No one. Who'd have the best chance at taking you? Now this has nothing to do with you two. Out of
I'm not sure if these are light heavyweight tag team champions or if we had the light heavyweight tag division yet.
both the teams. Let me get you to think here. Which one? Which tag team will win it? The Chance. Killer Cadwell, you say, and Bad Boy Balaban, you think will make it?
Well, they won't make it, but they probably have the best chance of everybody.
You say they have the best chance?
They have the best chance, but nobody will take the belts from us.
Oh, boy. The words of the NWF Lightweight Champions.
Okay. Crusher would be very happy with this. Tucked in t-shirt by the referee.
The next match is
Oh, that referee shirt's tucked in. How about that?
I was just commenting on that.
Fat Man Kelsey. Yeah, you
Got
guys.
my soda.
This is Madman Nash for commentary.
Madman Nash. He is fun to listen to as a commentator.
I am announcing
Madman was a heel commentator.
is my new
Right.
tag team partner, Kelsey. I see that he's peeing his pants. So scared.
Yeah, Josh Junglin there
Yeah.
was in amateur wrestling. I remember that.
Kelsey's having his little strut there. Ground
So
roll.
if he was ever in a shoot, you'd have your hands full.
Right.
Kelsey thinks he can rock. He can't rock with.
Was this Josh? Was he another one and done or?
No, he wasn't exactly a one and done, but he didn't last too long.
Right.
He'd made
You can see Josh with a forearm.
appearances on about maybe 4 or 5 shows until he left.
Okay.
He was a strong kid though, like and with the amateur wrestling and stuff,
Right.
like he was good at it. And now today his kids, they're really good at amateur wrestling.
Kelsey trying to pick him up.
You know, so that doesn't shouldn't be a surprise to anybody.
Right.
Jungle Man. Jumping
Yeah, he was an athlete, Josh was.
Josh
Yeah.
is giving it some fart.
Well, I mean, a lot of the kids in the NWF were also involved in other sports.
Other sports, yeah. Like Ace was in hockey big time.
Right. Wasn't Matt involved in hockey?
Matt was a goalie in hockey as well. Yes.
Uneducated spectators doing the
And then I'm guessing they weren't part of the NWF yet. The Super D's, they obviously went on to become soccer players.
Super D's played tennis. They played really good at soccer.
Yeah.
Football, as they call it over there in Europe, but soccer for us.
Right.
The Super D's went on to play pro soccer. So they're really
Right.
good. And John Hoppen became a professional boxer and trainer.
Right.
I think we'll go all the way.
And John was in Golden Gloves boxing when he did the wrestling. So
from the
We still got to get them on here one of these days.
I know. It's like they always said they would come on, and I wish we could get them on. I'd love to have. John is such a great talker. You talk about another storyteller like Jamie, man. That's John. If we ever could get him on, it's a really good storyteller.
Jungle Man. Josh.
You know, I'd love to get all the Destructors on here. Gary, Leslie, John.
Speaking of which, Dave, remind me when we go off air to tell you the story about one of the NWF alumni and what they had to say recently about my coming back to the ring. Remind me. You'll find it quite interesting. That's a conversation for off air, though.
I have a feeling, seeing that I haven't seen a video from this person yet, I can guess who it is.
I might be able to guess who it is, but it's somebody who you'll find it quite interesting.
SS? I'm not talking about Slick.
It could be related to him, but it wasn't him.
Not to interrupt you, but is Reese's in here?
Ah, Pretty Boy Taylor. This was the debut of Pretty Boy Taylor.
I can't find him anywhere.
You went and pulled the last straw.
I don't know if he got out somehow or what.
Nobody cuts me open.
What time do you want to get done? After 8 or...
I know.
I'm going to dominate you. I'm going to twist you. I'm going to break your arms, and I'm going to break your legs, and I'm going to break your legs.
Your favorite, Pretty Boy Taylor.
Oh, I never... You know, even back in the day, Taylor and I were not copacetic.
I haven't even had time after this match to get a band-aid.
Now, this was the first rendition of Pretty Boy Taylor. He called himself Cowboy Pretty Boy Taylor.
I was professional with him when he was on the air.
Now, here's that tag team match Dave I was telling about. Watch how they just beat on Kelsey. They really do.
Yeah.
Now this is obviously a shoot because it's a title match.
Oh, you can hear it.
And yeah, Roberts. You can see Matt saying that hurt. Did you hear him? And watch what Roberts does to him. He'll bang his head in the mat, I think, here. Really gets rough with him.
Come on, refs, they're saying here.
And I'm kind of laughing because, and I shouldn't be, but it's just like, you got to be tough. You got to be tough.
Yeah.
You can't be, look, Dave, you took all this kind of abuse.
Oh, yeah.
And you never cried about it.
Circling around the ring, throws him against
I'm not saying Matt cried, but Matt, yeah, he would get mad. He would really, like, watch what happens here. Right here, watch what he does to him.
I made a point to let people know.
His head right on the mat.
You may beat on me, but I'm coming back for more.
And I was telling him, guys, settle down. Now, Roberts and Todd would never get like that with me.
Crusher and Rough Roberts.
But they would get like that with Matt.
Yeah.
Right, the Crusher's head. This looks like it's going to be the ring.
I still don't see any signs of Matt.
You rivals.
Yeah, he just rolled out of the ring and
Crusher Crossen hitting him up. Looks like Kid Kelsey is still in some pain.
And then this match was heavily edited. Like, it's already 5 minutes in the match, and I think it started at 3 minutes when we started showing it. So it's like,
Kid Kelsey just barely getting out of the ring, it seems. He must be really hurt. Oh.
That's Eric Balaban, the brother of Brian Balaban, commentating. Eric could commentate really well, too.
Right.
30 seconds left.
You know, the Balabans had that voice.
There it is.
That was good.
Seconds in the time limit here.
I'm kind of sad to see that.
Excuse me.
I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Oh, and the match goes to Crusher Crossen.
The ring announcer that you had in the cable studio didn't come with.
Oh, Rich Taylor, you know, he showed up, though. Like, it wasn't a day of taping, but we were in the garage, and he happened to be driving by. He was in the area, and he pulled up, and he showed up, and he walked in, and he stepped in the ring, and he goes, Sean, how would I ever do this? Because his head was so tall, he was hitting the ceiling. He barely fit in that ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich was a big guy. Rich Taylor. But yeah, I pinned Roberts there, and Roberts was tangled in the ropes. He had a reason to complain. Referee counted it, though.
Our next match is the NWF Lightweight Tag Team Championship. It will be the champions, Mean Dean and Rough Ryan, to take on Rock and Roll Reinholds and the Dynamite Dude.
Yeah, this match was heavily edited.
Right.
The lightweight championship.
The interview with
is held
Bad Street
by, of
Balaban.
course, the Dynamite Dude.
He also wrestled as Bad Street Balaban. Brian did.
Excellent shot at it. Because
I think he sounds like Mike Tenay, though. Commentating style.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
especially you, Mr. Diener. It will be in a very interesting match if I do wrestle.
Yeah, he has a bit that Mike Tenay style.
Dynamite Dude, which I will beat, of course. That's all there is to it.
Well, now, how do you think that you will win him?
How else? 2, 3, just like that.
A lot of people have tried to pin him, and he's gotten out of a lot of them.
Yes, I know that. But
There's Crusher walking through the shot.
1 minute left in
Trying to
Yeah.
get more camera time.
Get more time. Now this match already has 4 minutes that has gone by that we don't even get to see because it was heavily edited. I wish I would have kept all the raw tapes, Dave.
throws him against the rope.
Yeah.
So we'd have all these matches complete.
Rock and roll Reinhold.
That was a mistake. What I should have saved was all the raw tapes and not save the shows.
Right.
That would have been smart. See, it's already over.
But the match is gone to Rough Ryan and Mean Dean.
We'll look after.
Your winners, Rough Ryan and Mean Dean.
Gentlemen, and now what you've been waiting for. We are about to sponsor the Battle Royal.
Oh, Battle
Oh, boy.
Royal.
This match will be a 12-man Battle Royal, no time limit, and the winner could be who knows who. A few of them will be in the Battle Royal. You'll be seeing Bad Boy Brian, pardon me, Rough Ryan, Rock and Roll Reinholtz, Mean Dean.
Yeah, I guess Gizmo and those guys aren't coming on tonight. They must have had something going on.
Well, you know, it is college bowl season.
Yeah, it's probably Sky Sports stuff, I'm sure.
Kelsey, Killer Cadwell, the Dynamite Dude, and plenty more in the 12-man Battle Royal. Take her away.
But you know, look at this though, Dave. We might have been rough around the edges with the wrestling. Interviews
Right.
might have been a little hit and miss. But look at the passion, man.
Exactly.
Just, this is what, like Racer X, you know, he just did that promo for me.
Yep.
And he said it in the promo. The passion you guys had back in the day made you the men you are today.
Exactly.
And he is, and this is a guy that's been in the business.
Yep.
So, down in the Atlanta area. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean,
he sees it, even.
yep. Well, I mean, think about it. He's seen it. Hernandez has seen it.
Yeah.
You know, Nathan has seen it.
And they're not looking at this for the wrestling quality, guys. They're looking at the passion side of it. And they can put them, all of these people can put themselves in our shoes at this age, knowing that they would have done the same thing if they were at this age too.
Right.
So that everybody can relate is what I'm trying to say.
The NWF champion.
You know, Dave and I never come on this show with the expectations that you're going to take us like we were the best in the quality of wrestling, because we weren't.
Right.
We got pretty good over time, but we certainly weren't in these days. When I say in time, for the time.
Right.
But
You got Pretty Boy being our Andre the Giant.
yeah, I mean, Steve wasn't a big guy, but he was big to us.
Right.
These battle royals were so much fun to be a part of. I'll tell you that much. It was like King of the Hill in a wrestling ring is really how it was. And it's always fun getting thrown out. I don't think this is an over the top though. I thought it was last week when I brought it up, but it's actually, I think you can get thrown out anyway.
And the dynamic dude against and out and will he go? It looks like yes, Kid Kelsey is out.
Yeah, Kelsey was out and he should have been cut out, but he came back in and he shouldn't have. Like, look at him. Look at Kelsey coming right back in the ring. He's out.
Yeah.
And now he came back in.
But as you said, You and Kelsey like to bend and break the rules.
Dynamite dude. Oh, and out goes Ace. Oh, squish.
Reinholtz is out.
Balabon goes out. So far, it looks as if Rock and Roll Reinholtz and Ace are out.
Looks like I just grabbed Killer Cadwell. We got Butcher in there. I mean, Jumpin' Johnson, Kelsey, who should be out, is in there. I'm still in there.
Is it going to come down to the Rock and Roll Express?
I don't know. I don't remember, to be honest. Dynamite Dude's still in there. Electrifying Eric's still in there. Those two right there. Oh, Butcher just went out big time, man. He almost hit his head, it looked like. He went out hard.
Yeah.
Jumpin' Johnson going back and forth. Michael Madness coming back.
Dynamite Dude's working on Crusher.
Everyone looks like they're working on Pretty Boy Taylor.
Yeah, Pretty Boy Taylor's still in there.
Flat on his back.
The Dynamic Dude working on
Dynamic Dude, the Dynamite Dude.
Oh, look at this.
So we got Kelsey, Taylor, myself, Dynamite Dude, Killer Cadwell, and Bad Boy Brian in that ring still. And Electrifying Eric.
Will it work? Does it? No, it doesn't look.
Or is that, no, that's Bunis Beefcake. It's his older brother.
Looks like Michael Madness is being
I'm calling him Michael Madness, but he's, whoa, there goes Taylor. Backwards.
Yep.
Crusher Crossen eliminates him.
All right, so Taylor's gone. That's fake blood, by the way, guys. Don't get too concerned with Steve.
Jumpin' Johnson looks like he's in pain. As he goes down, Crusher Crossen. Oh! As they miss, Crusher Crossen and Kid Kelsey miss. Oh, Jumpin' Johnson with a foot on Crusher Crossen. Bad Balabon.
Wonder who's gonna win this thing.
They're waiting for someone.
Looks like Crusher's just kind of hanging back in the corner.
Looks like there's 3 heavyweights and 3 lightweights left.
Yep.
Jumpin' Johnson against
Or maybe 4 lightweights.
And it looks like Johnson over on the Dynamic Dude. And here comes Killer Cadwell. Over on the Dynamic Dude and
The Dynamic Dude. He keeps calling him the Dynamic Dude. It's the Dynamite Dude.
Is he going out? Yes.
Oh, Johnson's out. See, it wasn't an over the top, so if you got out, you're out.
Yep.
Kelsey should be out of there.
6 people left.
Oh, is that Cavill? Oh, I thought Cavill was going.
There's Crusher Crossen on the top. He's got him.
Brian was so good at commentating. Put us all over big time.
Yeah.
We're going to try to knock their heads, but Adam wasn't going to have anything to do with that.
This looks bad, folks. Oh, gruesomeness at its worst. Jumpin' Johnson on.
I know I don't. I know I don't. All I know is I don't.
Oh, and Crusher Crossen gets it.
I know I don't win this thing.
And it looks like over Michael Madness against Kid
I don't remember winning a battle royal at all on these days.
Oh, there's one of the small fries out.
Okay, so Cadwell's out.
Kid Kelsey and Michael Madness.
Wait, Cadwell came back in. No, he's out.
Is worked over by
Cadwell's got to get off the apron.
Johnson smashing on.
And Johnson too, interfering.
Well, you know, battle royals go crazy.
As they're after technical difficulties, and Crusher Crossen goes back in the ring.
See, I didn't get thrown out. That's why I'm back in. But I think that was our rule. If you didn't, you have to get thrown out or pushed out. But
Here after a moment.
I don't know. All this outside interference. Oh, the camera didn't get it, but I went out.
Huh.
I went right over the top rope. I could see the rope go down.
And Michael Madness
Looks like this thing is dwindling down. Kelsey? Oh, it's Kelsey and Dynamite Dude.
Is the Dynamite Dude against Kid USA Kelsey.
And looks like Kelsey wins.
Yep.
Is Kid Kelsey in a dynamic match. What a match this has been.
Ah, as usual, all hell's about to break loose.
Yep. Typical NWF ending for a show.
I don't think this was the last match, though. I think there's still another match. Because I think it's me and Ace still.
And this is really exciting here at Ringside View. They have the choke.
Work phone going on.
He's whipping. Right.
Last word here before I split. Can't take my 69 lowrider and go down Minneapolis Hennepin Avenue. But there's one thing. I was just got off the phone here and I turned around the corner and I seen Madman Nash peeking around the end of the studio. Let me tell you, Madman Nash.
Yeah.
Next week, next time, I'm gonna get
Madman
you
Nash.
I promised that one 10 shows ago, and I keep my promises. You're gonna be.
Kelsey wanted to say something, but I'm not letting him take the mic.
Madman Mash. I don't like you one bit, and I'm not gonna stop. As you saw, I was the winner of the battle royal. You know what can I say? And I'm gonna split it. I'm gonna split the money with my taking. That's right. We're gonna go down to Minneapolis.
You're going down to Minneapolis.
And get over to Hawaii, where I can get some decent weather up here in this 115 degree stuff. Well, there you hear.
Yeah, we're acting like heels, Dave.
Yeah.
From the heavyweight tag team champions. And are terrible. What's that St. Bernard?
Little Dusty Rhodes influence.
Oh, Kelsey, big time.
That's true. And a state fish is Ace because he's squirming around everywhere, and I'm going to get him in the ring sooner or later.
Yeah, because I think I'm supposed to take on Ace in a non-title match. Well, here it is. Again, heavily edited. 4 minutes into this already.
Right.
I wished I would have kept the raw tape so we had these complete matches.
Crusher Crossen being counted out by Kid Kelsey, who is the ref at this match. As the slow count by Kid Kelsey.
Well, at least Kelsey's got the ref shirt tucked in.
Kid Kelsey is counting awfully
For a
slow.
change.
Of course,
Yeah.
his team now should be at the count of 5.
Now we're 6 minutes into the match.
Edited more.
Into the pipe as the ref was distracted. It looks like
Crusher's busted open.
look at it as Ace is rock. Oh, into the pipe. That could just do it. That's a disqualification move. As Ace shows his ear. Oh no, and Ace is working now on the ref. Ace, who is the
Kelsey not even counting.
NWF champion. Oh, we have some blood. Blood dripping down Crusher Crossen.
Yep. Busted open.
Oh, look at it.
One of our blood packets around the ring apron.
Oh, into the turnbuckles.
Yep.
That was 3, 4. Oh, 5, 6. 6 shots into the turnbuckle. As a chokehold. See the blood, man. Look at the camera. Look at the blood dripping down.
Yeah, it looks good though.
Yeah.
Got some color there.
Oh.
And I know people are going to look at this and say, why were you kids bleeding? What's going on here? It's fake blood, everybody. And this was part of wrestling back in these days. You had color back in these days. And that was a big deal. We wanted to do the same.
See, he's hyper now. Ooh, look at the blood pour from his head. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. The 3 smashes into the turnbuckles by Crusher. As Crusher is pounding the turnbuckles for some odd. Oh! He hits the pipe. This match. As we have some words with Killer Cadwell, who's one of the last persons in the ring of that Battle Royal. You did good in that Battle Royal, huh, Killer?
Yeah, I did pretty good. I tried my hardest and I did pretty good.
There you go.
Skip that Cadwell wuss. What's wrong with you, man? He calls himself Killer Cadwell.
Some foreign object in the ring there.
Every day. I get back to action as Carlson.
He's the count. Down
Well, so that was non-title.
We have a 2 count.
Oh, it was a 2 count.
Oh, and another elbow smash there. Ace coming back
I think it was non-title. I think Ace got disqualified.
We need some people to help.
I think the match is over already because he was disqualified.
Ace, would you come over here, please? What did you feel about that match?
He doesn't know how to wrestle. Neither does that ref. He doesn't know what is what. Ref, let's see what you have to say. I want just a 5-minute match. 5 minutes. Anything goes with that chump. Just 5 minutes. Anything goes.
Crusher collapsing into the corner like he's going to do next month.
Match against Ace, the
There's that
NWF
blue belt.
Yep.
Kid Kelsey talking over to Ace. Crusher Crossen.
And that's it. That's the end of the show, Dave.
Yep. Producers Sean Cross and Mike Ackerman. Paul Sanders.
Yeah, these are mainly a Group W cable crew when we were in the Group W cable studios.
Right.
We didn't really have that kind of crew for the garage because we didn't need it. Just had the single camera shot there. All right.
All right. So, if I'm remembering things correctly, coming up this next Friday, you'll have a show with Ricky Henry.
Yes, because we have to see what Ricky's response is going to be. We have no clue what he's going to say, and we're going to find out in the next show.
And then the following week, if I remember, we're back on our Thursday nights.
We are. So speaking of that, this is what's coming up. In a week from, well, less than a week now, the day after Christmas, we've got Jamie McParland, special guest, NWF's Irish Terror, December 26th. So that's going to be our day after Christmas show. And hopefully, you know, Ricky, we're going to find out what he's got to say. Jamie, I'm sure will have opinions on all this. So that should be a good show. And that's going to be the 26th. So it's going to be the last show that Ricky and I have before the championship match. I mean, we will do a special live broadcast in Ireland, but that'll be a special NIPW show that we're going to do in downtown Belfast. It's already been announced. It's called NIPW live stream or live or whatever. Anyways, it's going to be a meet and greet and everything is going to be me and Ricky and a lot of the guys on the show are going to be on that show. So, but this one is going to be Jamie McParland, and that was at Ricky's request.
Right.
And after that, Dave and I will be back in 2 weeks. Not really. It's going to be Thursday. We're going back to Thursdays again, January 1st at our normal time for Studio Taping 60. Fred Moore Junior High taping, Dave.
Right.
So that'll be a fun show to watch. That's what's going to come up in our next Rewind show. And then I just want to point this out. This was what Ricky walked off on last week when he seen this graphic. Crusher Crossen versus Ricky Henry for the NWF World Championship on Sunday, January 18th in Belfast, Northern Ireland. And Ricky was beside himself. He was beside himself, Dave.
Well, you know, I mean, like I said, there could be a lot of variables behind Ricky walking off. You know, we're not going to go into them. Lots of variables. I mean, you know, sometimes when you respect somebody, you don't want to have to be the one to put them out of their misery.
Yeah. But I mean, I'll tell you, you know, the thing that Ricky worries about the most, I would say probably would be, you know, here's another graphic. I know is a nice one to show. And you can see the physical shape the Crusher's getting into, and that also intimidates Ricky. So there's all sorts of variables here, folks. And, you know, Crusher Crossen against Ricky Henry, Sunday, January 18th. And that's where you go to get tickets for anybody in Northern Ireland, nipw.sumupstore.com. So
yep.
That should
And
be pretty.
then-
Oh, there's a comment I see, David.
Yep, late comment coming in. Good to see Wayne coming
Oh,
back.
Wayne. Hey, back to Thursday nights. Yeah, I know the Saturdays haven't been not everybody's been a fan of Saturdays. Wayne made an interesting comment. Speaking of Wayne, he said Wayne's exact words about Ricky walking off the show on me. Ricky is chicken, according to Wayne.
Well, you know what they say about opinions. Everybody's got one.
Well, you know who's not chicken? Crusher Crossen. Never have, never will. So I don't.
Another comment coming in from Wayne.
Has Ricky Henry ever seen the inside of a gym? Well, it's funny, Wayne. He is trying. He has been working out, and I never criticize somebody for going to the gym. And Ricky's starting to get a little definition, but he's not Crusher Crossen. So we'll see what happens. He's not, John McCann. No, that's a different story. But Ricky's doing. I'm not going to criticize him for his attempts to be getting in shape in the gym, but I will say this. Ricky, you just better be ready because, like I said, I will be. Everybody's seen the promo I put out on social media. I will be ready. And everybody's can't wait. They're excited to see Crusher get back in the ring one more time.
I just worry that if Ricky does pin your shoulders to the mat, that's going to make you want to try one more time.
No, Rick.
And then he pins your shoulders to the mat again.
I'm not going to pull a Rick. I'm not pulling a Ric Flair or a Vern Gagne for that matter. When I'm done, I'm done. And I'm not going to get back in the ring again. This is it. But just to be able to have a proper retirement match and go out of this business the right way, can't thank Nathan Hoy enough for giving me that opportunity. And I'm going to make the most of it. I'll say that. I wish Wayne could be there to photograph it. He's good at taking pictures.
Yeah.
Did we ever mention that? By the way, we got to get Wayne on again because him and his friend that he knows out there that made a comeback into wrestling himself. That's another guest we need to get, Dave.
Yep. We haven't had a guest on here for quite a while.
Nope. And guys, I'm going to take the aviators off because I've done enough of those. Get my regular glass on so I can see. Everybody likes to see the beautiful eyes of Crusher anyway. Let's see. I think we got all our comments caught up, right?
Yep, we're all caught up with comments.
Okay, good. Yeah, it was a good show, though.
And we've talked about what's coming up. Oh, I'm guessing Wayne just made another comment.
I would come out of retirement to photograph your match. Yeah, I know, but Ireland's a long ways to travel. I get it. But, of course, you're always welcome, Wayne.
If you got your passport ready.
I will say this. I can't wait to see all my friends that I've made over there. And I was just telling John McCann, in less than 3 weeks, we'll be in person again.
Yep.
So that's going to be great.
My question to you is, once Ricky pins your shoulders to the mat, are you going to be man enough to raise his arm in victory?
So my question to you is, when I beat Ricky Henry, are you going to come on here and admit that Crusher was superior? Yes or no?
If you beat him, I'll say you got lucky.
No. You need to... Wayne, what do we got to say to Dave? He's just been being nothing but a jealous pig is the best word to describe. Is the only way I can say.
There's nothing jealous over here.
Wayne says, just like I came out of retirement to photograph Gator McGrath. Yeah, Gator McGrath, that's what I was talking about. I want to have him as a guest. And if I can get him and Wayne to come on, I think that'd be a good show. The two of them. And we can talk about his coming back into the wrestling ring again and everything and what he did back in the day. That would be a great conversation.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to have that. I think that'd be a fun show.
Well, we should probably wrap things up. And
Yep. I mean, we don't have our regular Gizmo crew and everything. These Saturdays kind of hit everybody off.
Right.
So that we don't always get the normal crowd. But it was nice to see Tony Begley come on again. And it sounds like Tony is in Dublin, I think. So there's a good chance he'll go to the show. Hopefully. and then I'll see him when I'm out there.
Yep.
I'd like to meet Tony because he's been on so much. He's like a regular, you know.
So for this week, we'll call it good, and you'll see Crusher again on Friday with Ricky.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody one more time before we go off. So next Friday, it's Jamie McParland joining us. We're gonna watch one of Jamie's matches, one of Ricky's matches, and we'll finally hear from the coward. See what he has to say when he walked off on me. So we'll hear from him. And then after that, it's going to be Dave and I at Fred Moore Junior High on Thursday, January 1st. Now, everybody's off of work this day, so we should have a good crowd for that one, Dave, to watch.
Well, you know that there's a lot of bowl games that day, though.
Yeah, I know, but at night, I don't know, at night, though, or are they in the day? Because our show's
all around the clock.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think we'll have our regular crowd in for that one, and we'll watch this Fred Moore taping. So it should be a good one. So all right, so join us for the next shows. And let's see. Wayne says, I totally forgot you were on tonight. Yeah, see, now people just aren't used to Saturdays. And I think Gizmo and those guys they're probably busy with Sky Sports work right now. That's probably usually when they don't show up, it's because it's work related. All right.
So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Crusher will see you next week. Have a Merry Christmas. Everybody be safe.
Yep. And we'll see you next time we're live. All right, guys. Thanks.
Have a good one, folks.